Hey guys, I am Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, and I share the Bible. That's business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So if you're new to the channel, I want to let you know I appreciate you being here. I would appreciate it if you would subscribe, and you can like the video while you are hitting that subscribe button. But of course, if you are returning, I really appreciate you sticking around and being here. And on Mondays, I like to just give some business inspiration. And I just wanted to do a quick video. I've just really had a whole lot going on in my life within this past year. And honestly, the past couple of weeks have been extremely heavy. I won't go into any details, but for those of you who are not new to the channel, I've talked about the fact that I am in a role right now that I've never been in before when it comes to being a caregiver, caretaker in a lot of different capacities for my husband at this point in time, dealing with a number of different health issues, and it's just been heavy, and that's really the gist of it all. So, with that being said, dealing with those things as well as being the owner of multiple businesses, and one of my main businesses being a brick and mortar business where I have staff and we have clients and all of the different things that are involved in that, it can be a lot. So it's just been a rough couple of weeks in this year, and I haven't really been able to be as consistent as I would have desired to be with creating content on the channel. So I just wanted to do a quick video. So this video is not edited in any way. So for those of you who are new here, you can find out more about me by going to my websites, where the links are in the description box. But just to let you know a little bit, I am a licensed esthetician. I'm also a brick and mortar beauty business owner and operator. I have been since 2008, and I also am a skincare line creator. So you can find out more about those businesses and myself by going to my websites. Again, the links are in the description box. But with this being the start of a new month, as I'm recording this right now, it is the 3rd of August, and this is the 8th month, and 8 represents new beginnings. And I honestly am not trying to be cliche when I'm saying this, but I really do believe with my heart of hearts and with the faith that I believe God blessed me with, because it's not something I'm conjuring up to make happen where it involves my faith. I do believe that the faith that I have actually is a gift from God, because in this crazy world that we live in, I do believe that God has blessed me with the faith to believe greater over and above everything that I can see, and believing greater than what I can even imagine or think for my life, where it involves desires that I desire to see happen in my life over and above anything that I thought I could accomplish in my life and in my lifetime. So I do believe, honestly, that this is the start of new beginnings for me in my life, personally as well as in business. But I also do realize that in order to have a new beginning, some other things have to have an ending. So if there's some things that you are desiring to see happen in your life, and you really want to see some new beginnings happen, there are a lot of times where those new beginnings cannot happen until an ending comes to some things that you've had going on in your life before. So in order to achieve greater things in your life, you may have to, not even may have to, but you do have to relinquish some old fears that you have had. And however that is, you decide or you figure out you need to have that happen for those fears to be released from your life, so that you can have the faith to achieve through the work and efforts of, also that you're going to do in your life to see those new beginnings happen. You have to do that in order to get to some different places in your life. There may have to be some ending to some connections or attachments with people that you've had in your life. And I often think of success like this. In order to go higher up, think of a rocket ship. And I've given this analogy before. When a rocket goes up into the air and into orbit and breaking through the barriers, there's some things that have to shed off of that capsule in order for that rocket to really be able to launch further. So there may be some people that you are connected to or attached to you or connected to you that you have to relinquish and release in order for you to excel higher up. And there may be people that don't understand it. You may not even understand it, but it's something that has to happen in order for you to really grow. And it's not so much of you thinking that you're better than them or feeling superior to them in terms of just being a human being, but sometimes it's the mindset and it's the spirit of other people that honestly is better. So it's not that you're trying to knock anyone or make them feel like you're superior and they're inferior, but a lot of times the lifestyle that they may be living may be inferior to you. The mindset that they have may be inferior to you. And you just have to relinquish and release and let go so that you can go further and higher. And I know for me, I'm grateful even when I didn't understand that years ago, but it was just something in me. And I give honestly God all the credit and glory for that happening. Whereas many years ago, because I've never really had a ton of friends and a lot of people that were close to me, growing up and over the years. But, there have been people here and there, and it was just something in me that let me know that there were greater things that I was going to achieve in my life. And in order for me to really expand and excel, I was going to have to separate myself from some people and some things in order to see those things happen. So I just did it. I didn't question it. I didn't feel sorry about it or, linger longer until it was just like no more. I think the only times I've really done that, and it wasn't anything personal, was more so financial, where I may have held onto a job longer because it was what I was used to. And I knew I needed to make the money in order to pay bills. And so God would allow me to, get terminated or something from that job because it's like, girl, I've got greater for you. My child, I have something so much better in store for you. But in order for you to move where I desire for you to be, you have to get out of that company. You have to get off of that job. And because I was comfortable there, even if I didn't like it, but I was comfortable with the paycheck or the normalcy or what I was thinking at the time was security, I wasn't going to just let it go myself. So God had to allow something to happen so that I could be released from that place. But again, that's just another example of having to have a ending to some things in order for you to really have a new beginning. So I encourage you that if there are some people, some places, or some things that you may be connected to or attached to in some way, even if it's family, that you have to release yourself from in order to realize and see and experience the new beginning or new beginnings that God has in store for you for your life, then go ahead and take inventory and do what you need to do to put an end to those situations, because there's greater for you and there's really no time to waste. Tomorrow is never promised to anyone, but by God's grace and through my prayers, I always pray that I have another day so that I can show forth the glory in my life that God has placed on me, so that I can say, yeah, it was possible. And here I am, just, one example. It's about 16 years later that I decided that I needed to have an ending to my position in the legal field of being a legal assistant, and saying that I wanted something more. I didn't know exactly what it was, but an ending came to that so that I could have the new beginning in the wellness and beauty industry. And by the grace of God, this year I was named and honored as the top beauty business owner of the year for 2024 by the International Association of Top Professionals. So again, that never would have happened if I never put an ending to what was before. So I just wanted to encourage you in that, because that's what I'm going to walk in. And even when it doesn't make sense, even when things are going on in my life where it's just like, God, what in the world is going on? It doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good. It's heavy. It's tiring. It's exhausting. Just a number of all of the different things culminating on this little tiny frame. But then that's when I have to remember where God says, cast your cares on me because I care for you. So I'm constantly trying to remind myself that when these heavy things come to weigh me down, I have to cast those things off of me and put them on God, because He's got it and He can fight every and any battle much better than I ever could. And the great thing about that is He always wins every battle. So I just wanted to encourage you, give you a little bit of business inspiration, some thoughts that I had on my mind where it involves endings and beginnings and new beginnings, great beginnings. And I desire that for my life, and I hope you desire the same for yourself. So comment in the comment section, new beginnings, if that's what you are desiring for your life. And think of your business, your life as a business. Even if you don't own a business right now, think of your life as a business and what you want to really see happen for you in your life. It's still 2024. It's never too late to get started. And again, we're talking about new beginnings, and new beginnings doesn't always have to be on January the 1st. So I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for liking this video, sharing it with someone that you know, like, and love. Also, I appreciate you subscribing to the Minister of Beauty channel, where I share the Bible. That's business inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So until the next time, I hope and pray you all have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.